Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. This is Starfire Blooms with another pick a card reading. I have felt for a couple weeks now, and I know it's taken me a little bit to actually be able to film a new reading, just things have been kind of crazy, but I feel like now the time that I'm actually filming it is when this question is more appropriate to be asked than before when I wanted to film it, so it all kind of worked out. But today what we are looking into is I've been sensing that there is something just huge, something really monumental that is coming for the collective. So in today's pick a card reading, we are going to go ahead and see exactly what that is. So our pile selection is going to be number 1 with the beautiful carnelian heart in the turtle. Then number 2 with the snake and the labradorite heart. And then number 3 with the unicorn and our lovely little rose quartz heart. And the timestamp will be in the description if you want to, instead of zooming through to see where things end and begin, you can go ahead and take a look at the timestamp and see where you should be zooming ahead to. So I'm going to let you go ahead and see which card and or crystal you connect most to. How I normally do it is there's one that really speaks to me, one that's just sort of calling my name, one that's just really grabbing my attention, either the crystal or the card, or the combination of both. It's usually just something about it just calls to me. I understand that not everyone is as intuitive as I am, so you might have to watch the beginning of each pile to see which one resonates with you the most. And don't try to force it. If there's not a message here for you, that's just how it is. There's just not a message. And if there's more than one that's calling to you, there might be messages for you in whichever ones are calling to you. So it's a collective reading. Take whatever resonates, leave whatever doesn't, and I will see you all very soon. Hello, pile 1. If you chose our very beautiful carnelian heart along with our turtle oracle card, welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and start to read for the message for the turtle, just to kind of give you an idea of whether or not this is your pile. So if the energy of turtle really does resonate with you, then you've most likely chosen correctly. So, turtle, ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in self. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experience under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all other books and begin to tell our own truth tale. So, turtle, ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. If that sounds like you right now, welcome to your reading. I am going to go ahead and begin with our Astro Alignment deck. This is one of my favorite decks to work with. I feel like I don't utilize it enough, but it is also, like, I love the definitions in this book, so this is one that we're going to be reading from the book from, because I really just do appreciate this deck on so many levels. Alright, so let's see what other information we have coming through for our turtle right now. This deck is just, I do love this deck, but it is a little bit hard to shuffle round cards. It doesn't make me love it any less, though. Alright, so what other information can we get for turtle? First, we have cusp, transition, liminality, twilight. Okay. And then we also have moon void, of course, disconnect, withdrawal, reception. Yeah, and okay, so here's the thing that I've picked up for Turtle right now is Turtle is a little bit in their shell. They're in their safety zone for this moment, probably because they need to be. There's probably some rejuvenation that needs to happen here. They really need to kind of disconnect with other things to reconnect with themselves. And it's going to prepare them for this very monumental thing that's coming. It's sort of like they are feeling the need to retreat, and it's going to be because the monumental thing that's coming for the turtle is going to take a lot of their energy. So they really need to conserve their energy at this moment. But we're going to go ahead and read for these two cards here as soon as I find the index. Hopefully this book has an index. I believe I remember this book having an index, but I haven't opened this deck in a while, so it doesn't. So we're just gonna have to find it. Okay, so we're gonna start with Moon Void because we got to that section first. So Moon Void, disconnect, withdrawal, reception. Moon Void, of course, occurs when the transiting moon makes its last major aspect to another celestial body before moving from one zodiac sign to the next. It is the liminal space of the moon itself entering the void. Since the moon enters all 12 of the signs every 27 days, the moon void, of course, happens every 2 to 3 days, occurring several times a week. This is felt collectively, embedded the air with restlessness and lack of focus. During this time, it's best to involve yourself in receptive pastimes like meditation, journaling, dreaming, and other yin activities that pull you inward. By restoring yourself, you are brewing energy that you can infuse into your manifestations when the moon goes direct. Let yourself rest regularly. Yeah, and that's exactly what I was picking up for Turtle right now, is they really are in a rest period, as they are probably like energetically sensing whatever it is that's coming. And I do have more to say on it. However, I'm going to read for Cusp before I put some more information in here. So cusp, transition, liminality, twilight. In astrology, a cusp represents the imaginary line between consecutive zodiac signs or houses. Most people know of cusps as they relate to sun signs, referring to those born a few days before or after when the sun transitions into another sign, and therefore embodying traits of either or both signs. Cusps are said to be an auspicious time to be born, with the twilight hours of these transitions bringing illuminating shifts. However, there is also debate among astrologers the validity of cusps and whether they even exist. You may be influenced by other aspects of your chart that carry that sign, rather than the influence of the cusp. Look at your natal chart holistically and tune in to see if the cusp resonates with you. So one thing I'm going to point out here is both of these cards have something to do with one cycle ending and a new cycle beginning. With cusps, it happens on a bigger scale with seasons, and with moon void, it happens on a smaller scale where these moon voids are happening like several times a week. So there's like some sort of big cycle that's ending. There are big and small cycles that are ending. Let's say that. There are a lot of cycles ending here. But it could be like one big cycle that we have been maintaining since probably childhood. Like once we solve that cycle, it's probably going to help us close down a lot of these smaller cycles that we see ourselves going in circles in. So I feel like that's going to be the monumental thing that's happening here. But of course, with this ending is then going to become a new beginning. These cards don't really read as something's just ending. They read as something is ending and we transition into something else. And it's going to be a huge transition. So let's go ahead and see what more information we can get here. And what this huge transition has to do with, what this huge change, this huge shift in energy has to do with. So the other message that I'm getting now is like the cycle that's ending, this huge thing that's ending, is going to be it's like we're ending the cycle of all cycles. Like, when the cycle ends, it's going to change. It's going to mean permanent change, or at least very long-lasting change. For instance, if you have been single for a very long time, you could meet someone, and that is going to, like, maybe you meet your person, and then, you know, that your days of being alone are completely over. Or conversely, if you've been married for a very long time and the marriage has stalled, you might be going towards separation or divorce. And, you know, that cycle comes to an end as you begin your journey of voyaging back into singlehood. Okay. So let me go ahead and get some more information here. 4 of Wands, happy occasions. Okay, so this is the cycle that's ending. It's going to be like, thank God this cycle is over. It is going to allow us to feel at peace. It's going to allow us to feel at home in ourselves. It's going to allow us to feel safe and secure. It is going to be something to celebrate. And then 3 of Swords, affairs of the heart. Okay. All right. This is very interesting energy. So I like that we have that the affairs of the heart is coming out over moon void, of course. I feel like this big cycle that's ending, it's going to allow for us to end these affairs of the heart. It's going to allow us to stop betraying the self. It's going to give us a new perspective. It's going to stop blocking love from flowing into our life, because I feel like with this affairs of the heart, what that is above all else, it's us not showing up authentically. It's us betraying ourselves, not necessarily, you know, I mean, take how it resonates, but not necessarily other people that are betraying us. But our betrayal of self. And even when we allow other people to betray us, that is a betrayal of the self ultimately, because it's something that we are allowing instead of something that we are removing from our life. And that's going to begin at home. That's going to begin with us saying, why am I tolerating what I am tolerating at this moment? Is this making me happy? And if it's not, then it's something that needs to be released. And if it is, then it's something we can cultivate more of into our life. But I feel like the work of working on our internal sense of home and you know, making sure that that's a good place to be, where we are feeling safe and secure regardless of our external circumstances, regardless of the people we may have around us that we may not be able to trust, or whatever situations or entities are around us that we might not be able to trust. It's okay. We don't need to trust those people, because all we need to trust is ourselves. We need to trust our own ability. We need to trust that we have all of the tools and resources that we need to make it through whatever challenges life happens to throw at us. And as long as we are secure in our ability to handle whatever life throws at us, we're going to be able to make it through anything with as much grace and ease as possible, right? Because our internal sense of safety isn't disturbed by the actions or words of other people, of other institutions, of other situations. So that's it's like, once we master that, all of these other things that have come along with, you know, maybe letting our internal home go to shambles a little bit. It's like we're letting in drafts then, and our house is drafty and cold, and it's not a comfortable place to be. But once we work on that, those drafts aren't coming in anymore, right? So it's like these affairs of the heart aren't going to seem so dire. They're not going to seem so urgent, because we feel safe and secure in ourselves above all else. Let's see what more information we can get here. And I feel like that's the huge thing that's coming, right? Is like really cultivating that sense of safety within the self. For a lot of us, it might be the first time that we've ever been able to successfully do that. You know, truly learning what it means to be secure is being safe in yourself, knowing that, you know, regardless of other people, that's not a reflection of us. That's not a reflection of our character. That's not a reflection of our value. That is a reflection of other people, and, you know, where they are in their life and where they are in their healing journey. And that doesn't necessarily have to do anything with us. So what else do we have here? We have 10 of Cups. Okay, I love that. And I love that it's coming out on this side. And then we have 4 of Cups. Oh, okay. All right. So this is reading as, on the one hand, like once we work on this big cycle, this working on the home, this working on our internal home, we are going to be allowing so much emotional abundance and emotional fulfillment into our life. We are going to finally be able to attract healthy, secure relationships into our life, not just romantically, but, you know, better friends, better people to work with, just better. We're surrounding ourselves with better people all along, and it's going to be a reflection of not allowing disrespect from other people. It could also even improve the relationships that we already have, as anytime someone oversteps a boundary with us, we are able to go to that person and be like, listen, it made me really uncomfortable when you did X, Y, and Z, and as long as you continue to do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to have to move like A, B, and C. And then the other thing that I like is that, like, with these, it's giving like twin flames. Like, it could even bring our person into our life as we work on our home, and as we are making that home nice, then we're going to invite someone in whose home is in a similar shape and who's going to be able to help us preserve that home. Okay. And then on this side, we have this 4 of Cups coming out on top of this 3 of Swords, and it's like, the more safe and the more secure that we are, the less we're going to care about these affairs of the heart, the less that we're going to care about this sense, the perception of having been betrayed, or you know, whatever this heartbreak is. We're going to care about that less and less as we focus more on the good feelings. And remember that sense of safety and security really is something that needs to be built upon. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and pull a card from our Christialary Oracle deck. All right, so now we have Amethyst, expand into wonder. And I also really love all of the definitions that this book happens to give. So we're going to go ahead and find Amethyst in here. Expand into wonder. Imagine lying on your back looking up at the endless indigo twilight as night's first stars appear. Feel the freedom of being a small part of this vast deepening dance in the gloaming between day and night. This peaceful, joy-filled wonder is Amethyst's gift. It starts in your heart and swirls up into your head, encouraging you to dream the brightest future and step into your wisest self. Magic exists in life's interstitial spaces. Amethyst will tell you. Find your magic, your expansiveness, in the moment between your in-breath and your out-breath, in the space between day and night, or in the soft, gooey selfness that exists always, where your head meets your heart. Oh, I love that. So I love that this also goes with this cusp and this moon void card, right? Because we have like the intersection of things in these two cards, and then we have Amethyst as the intersection between your head and your heart. Yeah, okay. And for some of you, I get that there's like a really big decision that needs to be made that you may have been mulling over for a very long time, and I feel like you're finally going to get the clarity that you need to put your head and your heart together in working in union to make the best decision possible. All right, so let's go ahead and get another card here. All right. What other messages do we have for our pile oneers? Cosmic connection. Yeah, I feel like really getting back to your relationship with Source is going to help you through this major change, but it's also going to help you to welcome this major change in. And I feel like that's really what needs to happen here is we need to be open to the change. We need to be receptive to the change. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. Otherwise, we're staying in this energy of apathy. We're staying stuck in the past where we're, you know, ruminating over past hurts, past betrayals, instead of accepting that there's something better headed for us, but we have to be open for that. All right, let's see what other messages we get here. Okay. Yes, and 5 is a number of change. So I love that this is, you know, coming out for this reading. 555 brings a message of prosperity and wealth. Open up to all of the abundance the universe wishes to bestow upon you, and know that your angels are reaching out to you, showering you with their blessings and support. And this goes exactly with what I'm saying. We have to be open to the change so that all of these good, wonderful things can come into our life, because that is exactly what Spirit wants for us. All right, and we'll go ahead and get one more message. Excuse me. Okay. Help. Look around. Is someone you love in need of help? Offer some words or an act of kindness. The universe will return it to you tenfold. So what I'm getting with this message is there is someone that's probably already in pretty close proximity to you. And this could very well be your person and you're not aware of it. And I feel like as long as you just go like check in with people, it will help to strengthen a connection that can turn into this connection that you want. That'll resonate for some of you. But for others, that could be like romantic, it could be platonic, it could be whatever connection, but there is some sort of connection that I'm feeling that needs nurturing in your life. And that could be that could very well be the relationship with self. This could be a call to help the self, but I feel like engaging with others and seeing who needs a helping hand right now is going to help you through this process. We'll do one more message here. Okay. We have stop ruminating. Yes. I feel like this is definitely a call. I feel like there is a bit of an imbalance here where we are just focusing on things that, have long since moved on from us. And I feel like this is just a call to just let it go, let it fall away, let whatever will be. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed receiving this message as much as I enjoyed being the harbinger for this message to come through, or the medium for this messenger to come through. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose our lovely Labradorite heart along with our Snake Oracle card, welcome to your pile. We are going to start this reading by reading for the energy of the snake. So I'm going to grab our little book here and find where our snaky friend is. And if the message of the snake really resonates with you, then congratulations, you have probably chosen correctly. Or snakes could be significant to you. However it resonates, just take it. Snake, guardian of the unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that the Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine, in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. Okay. So what I'm getting off the bat with this message is there is the huge thing that is coming for the snake person, for you, is an awakening, a spiritual awakening. There's an energy inside you that's dying to come to life, and it's about time that happens. Let's go ahead and get some more information here. What other messages want to come through for snake person? What is this huge awakening that snake person is in for? What does it have to do with? How will it affect snake person's life? What is this massive awakening that is about to happen for snake person? Okay, we have North Node, Destiny, Purpose, Activation. Okay, so I'm getting that this awakening is to align us with our purpose. And Saturn, Discipline, Obstacles, Boundaries. Okay, that is some heavy energy. So North Node in Saturn could be significant. I'm pretty sure Saturn rules Capricorn, so your North Node in Capricorn could be very significant here. But let me find the book for these cards and we will go ahead and take a read here. Okay, so we'll read for Saturn first. Discipline, obstacles, boundaries. Saturn is known... Oh, okay, so Saturn rules Libra. Oh, no, wait, I was wrong. That's a different thing. Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay, so I was right about the Capricorn thing. Saturn is known as the taskmaker, keeping track of time through restriction and discipline. The ability to manage tasks, big or small, is essential to life's everyday flow. The Saturn values tradition, climbing the ladder, and building our authority over time, much like its ruling sign Capricorn. Though the Saturnian lessons, we build perseverance, grit, and character to handle more challenges ahead. Accruing hard-earned wisdom, structure is essential to maintain order, and Saturn asks you to commit to your responsibilities so you gain more freedom by growing beyond your limitations. Okay, so that's what we're waking up to. It's like we're not living up to our full potential, and that's what Saturn wants for us. Saturn wants to give us the discipline to move through things so that we are realizing our full potential. So we stop playing it small, so we get out of lack and step into abundance. That is what Saturn wants for us. North Node. And this is exactly where you're headed. Like, this major change is exactly where you are headed. And it's like through your discipline, through your hard work, you're going to be overcoming all of your obstacles as you fulfill and step into your destiny. North Node, Destiny Purpose Activation. Average sign time, 18 months. Okay. The North Node is a point of destiny and path of evolution for you to fulfill your karmic purpose in this lifetime. The North Node calls on you to step into unexplored terrain that will require you to face challenges head on. Each lesson leveling you up towards soul satisfaction. It is often a stretch and requires you to step out of your comfort zone of the South Node, where your natural skills lie, and embody new skills that you can grow into and excel at. Through these tough lessons, you gain wisdom and activate your true purpose of what you're headed here on Earth in this lifetime. And that's what both of these cards give. It has a lot to do with fate. It has a lot to do with destiny. And these are going to be lessons that are learned, that are helping us to fulfill these things, but they're not going to be easy lessons. And this is exactly what the spiritual awakening is all about. It's learning the lessons we need to learn to step into the best version of ourselves, to wake up our divine energy. Okay, let's get some more information here. And it's probably going to be a pretty lengthy process. Like the North Node said, 18 months. The next 18 months are probably going to be huge, life-changing, monumental. We're going to be putting in the work. We're going to be putting in the discipline. We're going to be putting in the energy. It is going to be a very challenging time, but it is going to be so worth it. And it is going to change our life for the better as we wake up to what it is that we are on this earth to do. Okay, and then, so like I said, Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. So North Node in Capricorn or North Node in Aquarius could be very significant for some of you. If you know your birth chart, take it as it resonates. Okay, clarity. All right, okay. So with this clarity coming out on top of this North Node, we are going to get really clear on what it is that we are meant to do in this lifetime, what it is we are doing on this planet. We are not going to be lost anymore. We are going to be fully awakened. What else do we have? And then Queen of Cups, kindness. Okay. So through this time, it's going to be very important to be nurturing ourselves, to be really taking care of ourselves, to be patient with ourselves, to be our own mother, so to speak, because it is going to be very challenging, and it is going to be very necessary, but very challenging. And we have to make sure that when we speak to ourselves, we are speaking with kindness, but also, as we unveil our own truth, don't be afraid to speak that truth. Speak it lovingly. Speak it with kindness. Speak it with compassion. Let others know the wisdom that we have learned on this spiritual awakening, this round of spiritual awakening. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull a couple more tarot cards here. Three of Cups. So this Three of Chalices card has much to do with synchronicity. Like if we look, these dancers are all working in sync. Everything's kind of working in sync here. And I feel like that's how we're going to know that we are on the right path, is as we are going through the spiritual awakening process, there are going to be so many synchronicities. Five of Pentacles. And then one thing that we are going to have to look out for is the notion of lack. Like we are not lacking anything. We have everything we need to make it through to where we are going. And we might be seeing our lack as an obstacle, but that is more of a that is more of a point of view than an actual reality. And it's like, it's going to take a lot of discipline to get us out of this. You know, we're kind of between a rock and a hard spot. It's going to take us a lot of discipline to get out of this spot, but we can do it, and we are going to do it as we realize our full potential and the fact that we are just such divine, masterful beings. Okay. What else do we have right now? Limitless. Yes, 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 yes. And this is what you are waking up to. The fact that you are limitless. Your power is limitless. Your potential is limitless. Now we're going to go ahead and grab one from our Crystulary deck. And then I have something else to point out once I'm done shuffling this deck. Oof. Precious opal. I love opal, and I'm even wearing a piece of Ethiopian fire opal right now. So the other thing that I was going to point out here is, if we look at the snake is pretty limitless, and that's exactly what the snake has to wake up to. It's like, as we have the snake going around, it can go around and round forever. There is no limit to how far it can go as it's here. And then we're also going to look at the colors. Like, the colors on these two cards are so very similar. We have the exact same shades of blue, green, and purple in both cards. We have white in both cards. We have this kind of like cyclical, I can't talk, you guys. Cyclical shape that's happening in both of these cards. Okay. So then opal, and we're going to go ahead and open the book and read for precious opal because I like the definitions that are in this book. So I'm going to assume it is at the end. I'm going to assume that this book was created in alphabetical order, which it was. Envision the future, precious opal. Were the ancient oracles always accurate? Nope. Time is fluid, Opal knows, making the prophecy business rather risky. But when the priestess of Delphi donned opals, their ability to make sense of the swirling waters, or what is to come, sharpened. Unlike most stones, opal knows how to hold and work with water. She feels the way in which the water of time can be channeled or dammed, creating different outcomes or new visions. Since the future is not a fixed destination, naming the pathways you might walk to get there begins to craft when you come with what comes next. Choose your road and name your path, Opal encourages. That's how the future emerges out of the swirling waters of time. Okay, so I feel like what has to happen here is we have to wake up to our true potential so that we can pick our path there, right? And really get clear on it and head in that direction, and the universe is going to give you signs that it is on your side, that it is working in your favor, as it always is. But then the other thing that I wanted to point out is that we have a lot of water. So we have the Queen of Cups with water, we have the Three of Cups, which is water. We have a lot of water and earth, if I'm being honest, because then this is the Five of Pentacles is earth, and then Saturn with Capricorn is earth, but then it also has a little bit of air. So Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn, and then we have the Ace of Swords over here. So a little bit of air, but this is predominantly earth and water energy. But then, as this was saying, as it teaches us how to work with the element of water, I think what has to happen here, and it's going to be a very tough lesson that, you know, takes a lot of time to really master, is learning to master our emotions, getting in control of our emotions, staying on top of our emotions, making sure that we are staying regulated, so that our emotions aren't controlling us. And this is where this discipline is going to come in. It's about learning how to control our emotions, so we are not making emotional decisions. We are not acting irrationally. We are not acting impulsively, but rather we are using our head, our logic, our wisdom to make the best decisions for us. So let's go ahead and get a couple more messages here. Okay. Reconnect with family is your message here. Yeah, you might find a lot of support in family, or some of the blockages that might be here might have been caused by our family, and I feel like reconnecting with them is going to help us to work through those blockages so that they are no longer affecting us. Let's go ahead and grab a couple more messages here. Okay, harmonize. Today, choose harmony, let go of conflict, and take the path of peace. Yeah, and that, you know, that is going to help us to step out of this lack, to really get back on top of our emotions, to really be able to regulate ourselves. I feel like as we hold on to conflict, as we hold on to struggle, as we hold on to trauma, pain, turmoil, we are then working in resistance, and we do not want to work in resistance. We want to work in flow. So a big part of that is going to be let go to let it flow. Okay, and one last message before we go. Unveil your truth. Yeah, I feel like this is what this whole big huge cycle that's coming for you is. It's going to be one big cycle of unveiling your truth, of stepping in fully into your authenticity. And it might not even be that you're being inauthentic. It might just, for some of you, it might, and for most of us, it's going to be, it's that there's a truth to us that we don't even know yet, that we are uncovering as we go through the spiritual awakening process. And that's what this whole journey is. It's going to be a journey of unveiling our truth. And that truth is probably going to be how powerful we are, how limitless we are, realizing what our full potential is. And once we realize what that full potential is, that is us unveiling our truth. So it's going to be a journey. It is going to be a process. It is not happening overnight. Expect it to be kind of lengthy, but it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. It's going to be, our perspective here is going to, you know, have a lot to do with it. It's like this can be enjoyable. This can be fun, as long as we are open to it being that way. It doesn't have to be as hard as we are, as our anxiety is lying to us on how hard it is. All right, you guys, that does it for me for this reading. It has been a joy and a pleasure to be the medium for this message to come to you through, and I will see you very soon. Bye! Hello, Pile 3! If you chose our very lovely rose quartz heart along with our very beautiful unicorn oracle card, congratulations and welcome to your pile. I just have a feeling that this one's going to be so super special. Please don't tell the other piles I said that about you guys, but this one is already, like, I feel like the energy of it, and I can feel, one, that yes, something massive is for sure, I mean, something massive is coming for all 3 piles, but I feel like this one is about to be super special, so I'm very excited to read into it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start by reading for the unicorn. So if you really resonate with the message of the unicorn, then you have probably chosen your pile correctly. But let's go ahead and see where the unicorn is. Okay, unicorn. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago. The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from, and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appeals and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for answers. Oh my god, okay. So, what I'm getting right off the bat is the major thing that is coming for my lovely, lovely unicorn people is you guys are beginning some sort of new quest, and it is going to be major. It is going to bring major revelations. It is going to bring major change. It is going to bring new shifts. But let's go ahead and get some more information here. What other information would Spirit like to give me at this time? What else is a part of this message for the unicorn people?
Battery low.
Oh no. It looks like I am going to have to plug in my speaker after I'm done shuffling, though. Okay, or you know what, we're gonna just let it go and hope that we have a few more minutes just to film this reading, because I feel like we do. And if the music stops, the music stops. Anyways, fixed, action, momentum, dedication. So you could be a fixed sign. The fixed signs are Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. So those signs could be significant here, or those seasons. And then Aquarius. So, you know, Aquarius is also a fixed sign, innovative, rational, humanitarian. Okay, so the energy of Aquarius could also be very significant for you, or Aquarius season, which is late January to early February. But we're going to go ahead and read for these two things here. So, fixed, action, momentum, dedication. Leo stabilizes through material gain. Taurus stabilizes through material gains. Leo stabilizes through sense of self. Scorpio stabilizes through emotional depth. Aquarius stabilizes through logic. Fixed signs are dependable and loyal. They stick to their values and hold strong convictions. Because they uphold tradition, they can be perceived as stubborn. When a fixed sign has made up their mind, it's hard to persuade them otherwise. They can be resistant to change. Fixed signs provide stability, especially when they carve out space for deep work. And then we have Aquarius, which is going to be towards the back. Okay, Aquarius, innovative, rational, humanitarian. Modality, fixed, we just went over that. A conduit of mystical healing, Aquarius is future forward, aspiring to change the world through humanitarian ideals and radical thinking. With our out-of-the-box solutions, they are able to connect the dots to affect change and progress. They are focused on the collective rather than individual pursuits and prefer to work in teams. Aquarius asks you to carry out intentions into your actions. You are one star among millions, and the actions you take have a ripple effect in society. Don't be afraid to speak up and share your innovative ideas, no matter how weird they may seem. Push against the status quo. Okay, so what I feel like is there is something about you that on a very fundamental level that you might not be aware of, and it is something very special, and I feel like the big thing is uncovering what that thing is. And I feel like we are going to see a lot of forward movement. We're going to see a lot of innovation over, what this major thing that's coming is going to bring is a lot of action, momentum, innovation. We are going to have really great forward momentum here. In Aquarius, in Tarot, is the Star. So for some of you, we might have some sort of rise to stardom. Like if you're involved in social media or something like that, we might have some sort of rise to stardom there, as long as we are really fixed on it, as long as we are consistent, we are dedicated, we are showing up authentically, and it is a part of our service to humanity, then we will be rising to stardom. And that's the very exciting thing that I'm getting for a lot of you, is that rise to stardom here. And this is something that is like, it's already fated. Once it's coming towards us, it's not stopping. Nothing can stop this. It is our destiny. It is what we were born to do, and which is why it is meant for us. Okay, let's go ahead and get some more information here. And I feel like that's why I was so excited. Oh my goodness, some of us are rising to stardom. I love that. And for others, it might not necessarily be a rise to stardom, but rising to a place where we are in a position to help a lot of other people, or, we're coming up in some way is what I'm getting. Okay, what other information can I get? 5 of Swords, conflicts. 9 of Pentacles, gratitude. Okay. So this is a pretty good message here. I feel like we have some mental blockages here. We might have some lack mentality going on, where we might, we might not recognize ourselves as being worthy of rising up in the way that we are about to rise up. And I feel like this rise to whatever it is that we are rising to is going to change us on a fundamental level, or it's not going to change us, because it's going to highlight something about us that we just aren't aware of. And what it's going to highlight is how magical we are, how precious we are, how special we are. We are this beautiful, beautiful unicorn, and I feel like we are unaware that we are a unicorn. I feel like we know that we are some sort of, horse, but we don't understand that we are a unicorn, and exactly what that means. And I feel like that's what this rise is going to really highlight for us, is these parts of ourselves that we haven't acknowledged. And I feel like once we do finally start to see these things about us, it's like there's so much abundance that's going to start to blossom for us, and we're going to see just how much we have to be grateful for. I feel like this is really going to feel very miraculous once it comes to fruition. And it's like all of these mental blocks that we have towards abundance, true love, self-love, unconditional self-compassion, those blocks are really going to be put to rest. It's like there are lies that we are telling ourselves, about our worthiness, about our worth, about who we are as a person and what we deserve out of life. And this rise to whatever we are rising to is going to put that all to rest. All of these lies that we are telling ourselves, they're going to shut up. All right, let's get some more information. Okay, Eight of Pentacles, yeah, and here's the thing, so this major thing that's coming, it's gonna happen a lot sooner than you think. So the Eight of Pentacles is like, you are almost at the finish line, like you're already starting to see things blossom, you've tended to your garden correctly, this thing is right around the corner, be prepared. Okay, so then it could also happen in like a fixed season. So as I'm filming this, we are in Taurus season right now, and Taurus is fixed, so it could be happening literally like right now. Or in one of the fixed seasons. So Taurus season, which right now it is early May, so late April, early May could be significant. The next fixed season would then be Scorpio. Well, I don't think Scorpio is next, but I'm blanking on what the next one is. But Scorpio is another fixed one, so late October to early November could be significant. Aquarius season could be significant. Leo season's next. Aquarius season could be significant. So again, late January, early February, and then Leo season could also be significant, and I am completely blanking on when that is, but I know it's like late fall, early summer. I mean, late summer, early fall. Okay, so we have Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, we are, this is such a beautiful glow up. We really have done so much work, and we are going to be able to step into this Queen of Pentacles energy. And Queen of Pentacles she's soft, she's nurturing, she's also abundant. She's so full of love. She's so full of gratitude. She's so full of so much. And I feel like we are glowing up, not just physically, but, you know, we're going to glow up financially. We're going to be just so very blessed with all of these wonderful earth cards that we have coming in here. And then with this fixed sign, and with Taurus being a fixed sign and us being in Taurus season, I want to also say that yes, Aquarius is important, but Taurus is probably pretty important here too, since Taurus is the fixed earth sign. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what else we can get here. What other messages are happening for our unicorn? Okay, so we have cosmic connection. So I feel like we are for sure deepening our connection to source here. We're going to get a lot of divine wisdom. We're going to be able to know how to move through this major shifts intuitively. And I feel like this major shift, like how we got here in the first place, was through our cosmic connection, and how we're going to get through it is through our cosmic connection. What is it going to upgrade? Our cosmic connection. There's a lot about spirit here. So the unicorn actually isn't ruled by traditional earth, wind, fire, water. It is ruled by spirit. So it's like we're leveling up spiritually for sure. We are rising up in the spiritual realms for sure. Let's go ahead and see what else we can get. We have Azurite, activate the void. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and read from the book here on Azurite. Activate the void. Each in-breath creates space within you, an expectant stillness. Azurite holds the energy of this empty fullness. It is not the container, but the space contained, not the walls of the womb, but the emptiness within. This void is the most precious of gifts because it is in this emptiness, in the pause at the crossroad of space and time, your intuition can soar. Once space is created, stuck energies begin to flow, funneling through heaviness, creating a place for something more daring or delicate than everyday life. Azurite holds you as you behold this void, so you can feel the rich ocean of possibilities in which you are swimming. Breathe in the blue and allow the fullness of the emptiness to elevate your spirit. That's beautiful.
If you're bloated and it's taking you longer than 12 seconds to poop, you need to hear this. Because
music right now, or I can just go over here and put on some sound bath music. There we go. So sorry about that. Anyways, so what I'm getting from this, there's something going, there's like a crown chakra activation that's happening here, and I feel like this unicorn is really going to be linked to that crown chakra, because you know that's where the horn comes out of the unicorn, is its crown chakra, right? And then this cosmic connection, that is what our crown chakra rules. So it's like we have some sort of crown chakra activation that we are going through, or some sort of leveling up in that crown chakra. That's going to just, like, once we activate that, once we utilize that energy, it's going to bring so much abundance and so much goodness into our life. It is going to allow us to step into this Queen of Pentacles energy, which is really, really beautiful. And then I want to point out also, like, all of the similarities in these cards. We have a lot of the same blue being used throughout these cards, a lot of the same green being used. So I feel like this is going to be a different kind of spiritual awakening. It's not going to be like a painful spiritual awakening. It is going to be full of joy, of synchronicity. It is going to be full of abundance of so many good things. It's going to be unlike any other spiritual awakening you've ever gone through, where it's just we're just realizing all of these beautiful things about ourselves and fully embracing them about ourselves and integrating. You know, I feel like we were quick to integrate so many of our shadow aspects into ourselves, because we identified and wanted to work on them a little bit more, because we were focusing on our negatives instead of our positives. And what I'm getting, this major thing, is we are now going to be allowed to just focus on our positives. And that's very wonderful. That is absolutely, absolutely wonderful for us. Okay, let's go ahead and get some more information. We can go ahead and get a message for the unicorn now. Well, we'll get a couple of messages. I have 3 message decks here, so. Okay. 666. Angel number 666 is a number of peace, truth, and connection. Life Path 6 individuals are healers of the world, dedicated to sharing their kindness with others. Seeing 666 is a reminder of your healing gifts, your ability to shower those around you with comfort and compassion. Yeah. I feel like once this process of rising up is complete, it's going to leave you with so much abundance that you really are going to be able to nurture those that are closest to you. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, express what truths lie within you waiting to be shared. Silence yourself no longer. Speak up, sing. This is going to, using your voice. Okay, I'm getting a couple things. One, using your voice is going to, for some of you might be exactly how you rise up to wherever you're rising up to, whether it be to stardom, to power, to whatever it is. But also, once you get to that point where you have authority over a lot of other people, or you have influence over a lot of other people, make sure you are speaking up against injustice. Make sure you are speaking up, using your influence to speak up. Don't lose sight of your values. Don't lose sight of who you are as a person. Which I don't think is going to be a problem for you. I see you really being just a very good, strong leader, because a queen is a leader, right? But the queens are a little bit different. Like a king would be more of like an authoritarian type leader versus a queen who is a softer, more compassionate leader who's thinking more of the people instead of focusing on semantics or, other trivialities. All right, and one final message. Nope. What I'm getting with this one is some of us are going to have to learn to tell people nope. As our time becomes more valuable, we're not going to be able to be as available to some other people, and don't feel bad about that. But also, so one, don't be afraid to tell people nope. But also, the other thing that I'm getting is nope, nothing is going to be standing in your way. You are in the clear. You are a straight shot up to whatever rise is headed for you. All right, you guys, that does it for me for this reading. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed being the harbinger or the medium for this message to reach you through. It is a pleasure and a joy as always. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.